I was going through the Arsenal team and I was asking myself, what are the components that we need to be a Premier League winning team? And I was thinking about three things. I was looking at the team, the squad. You have to have a group of world-class quality players. Very important. Number two, the manager. Is the manager primed? Is the manager's tactics? Is the manager capable of winning the Premier League? Does he have the tools and attributes to win the Premier League? Three, the leadership. What is the core of the team like? Number one, we have the team. If we are backed properly this summer, I believe we have the squad to win the league. Two, the manager. I think our manager has the tactics, has the intelligence, has the nuance, has the know-how, and he has been part of a Premier League winning team at Manchester City. So he understands what it means to win the Premier League. Number three, leadership. And this is where the question now becomes a bit more nuanced. We have to ask question. Do we have the leadership at Arsenal to win the team? And this is how I look at leadership. And I have a way I look at the team. I like leaders. I don't like a leader. Because leaders can transmit the message across the team if better than when you have just one leader. That is my opinion. And it is better that way. And one of the where I began to form this opinion was in the Nigerian national team in the 90s and the 2000s. The team emphasized what we call the spine, the core. You have to have a leader at the back, a leader in midfield, and a leader in attack. So I look at our team. Do we have leaders? Let's look at the back. Gabriel is our leader at the back. Solid. And I'm going to do a video on Saliba where I think that is something he can improve on. Gabriel is a leader at the back. He communicates. He effectively drives the team. That is leadership. Very important. And the midfield, what do we have in the midfield? We have Odegaard and Rice. But when I talk of leadership here, I'm looking at on-field leadership. On-field leadership is very important to me because like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face. When the game is very scrappy, when things are not going the way you want it to go, who are those in the team that can pull you back from the brink and say, hey, get your shit together, get your things together, get yourself together. Well, this is what we have to do. And for me, in the midfield, the person who does that is Declan Rice. Deckers does it. Odegaard is a different type of leader. So, Declan Rice and also Odegaard, because he is naturally the captain. But now, the question now becomes the quality of the leadership. Do we have leaders that are inspirational? I'll give you an example of what I mean. Every Premier League winning team during the glory days of the Premier League had inspirational leaders. In Arsenal, we had Patrick Vieira. This is the kind of person that when you are in the swamp and you are struggling, you are looking for how to find a way out, you are seeing your leader. He's doing things. He's infectious. Honestly, as an Arsenal fan, one person who I have always admired so much is Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard, I won't admit this to some of my friends because they are Liverpool fans, but I loved him so much. I always found him very inspirational. I cannot forget the FA Cup final with West Ham many years ago. Just the way he brought that match from the brink of death. Just bringing that football match, snatching that title for them from the brink of death. Those are the kind of leadership that I like. Inspirational leaders. Leaders that when you see them fighting, dying, giving their best, the whole team is inspired. It is infectious. It is like a drug. It's like a virus. Do we have that quality of leadership at Arsenal? And let me tell you where we could have had something a bit similar with Odegaard, assuming he was at his best. And the games were tight. The games were nervy. The games needed something to open up. And he was able to give us that defining forward pass, the defining shot, the defining move, something. When the game is scrappy, can you look up to Odegaard and say, this is my captain? You can't. You can't. That is not the quality of the leadership that I like, or a Premier League winning team that wants to go through the mud deserves. And that is, in my opinion, one of the issues Man City has. And that is what they missed when Rodri was out of that team. That is what they missed. He doesn't like the armband, but you can see him driving, making things. Look at when their Champions League run. See these goals, the key goals he scored. The key goals he scored even in the Premier League when they were, when Man City was chasing Arsenal. Go back and watch during the running. See the kind of key goals, quality goals Rodri scored. Leader, quality leadership. Saka could have been that for us, but I don't think he has the attribute. He has that attribute. He doesn't have that aura. I'm sorry. He doesn't have it. He's a leader, but that, let's look up to him. Let's look up to him. I remember watching John Terry. My God. As I'm talking about it, I'm getting emotional. I cannot forget that match. The guy jumped and put his head. I remember watching, I used to watch Vidic. I used to look at this guy and look at him as an animal. He'll be bleeding. I looked at him and said, guy, are you okay? He felt like an animal. During this era, when we begin to talk about who were the best defenders of that time, people always mention Rio Ferdinand before Vidic. But I don't have that same feeling. Vidic has inspired me. I loved him. I loved him. In our team then, Patrick Vieira, I loved the man. He was relentless. He might not score you, give you all the last minute distance, but he's putting in tackles, his stature, he's in position, he's vocal, he's talking, he's shouting, he's driving the team. And again, he can go and fight who needs to be fought back then when the game wasn't soft. He got stuck in with Roy Keane. And you know that your leader can fight for you with your enemies. What do? You get inspired. I mean, that's quality leadership. Quality leadership. We have leaders. But do we have leaders in this mode? Do we have leaders in this mode? Declan Rice, I feel like he can become somebody like that for us. I just don't think he has it. You have to be born with it. You cannot develop it. You have to be born with it. We don't have those kind of leaders. Just think about what I'm telling you. Look at the great Premier League teams. Just think about the great Premier League teams. And pick some of the leaders we have on those great Premier League teams and eras. Which of them do you feel, which Arsenal player do you feel can even stand shoulder to shoulder with any of them? Absolutely none. Absolutely none. You might seem inconsequential to someone watching this guy. This guy is talking too much. What is he talking about? He's just ranting. He's making no sense. What's he talking about? I think if you sit down and have a proper, honest conversation with yourself, you'll see I'm not blowing hot air here. I'm making a point. I remember when Man City were, the game was tight, scrappy. Just that. Look, let me give you. I remember a match many years ago, Arsenal Man City, Vincent Company. I can't remember what happened in that match, or I don't know. They were okay. Yes, they were aggressively playing. Also, they were playing a kind of high line because they were always on the ball and dominating possession against us. Then we had this ball that came up over the top. We had two attackers coming. So I think it was on the right side of the pitch. The way Company alone defended those two attackers, it felt like he was playing the role of a right centre back and the right back. Look, there are players when you see the way they are in the team is different gravy. Let's look at Van Dijk. I was even talking about the past. Let's look at the present. Look at Van Dijk. See the feeling Van Dijk gives you as in a team. Yeah, we have him here. Those things are unquantifiable. You can't put your hands on it, but they are important. And these are the small key ingredients to create a dynasty. I'm telling you, just think about these things. We have to raise our leadership game. Saka needs to be more for us. And the way you become that is to become consequential. Consequential in key moments. Key moments. Semi-final match is tight. You strike. You score a goal. Final. You drag us over the line. You are communicating. Everyone is looking up to you. Everyone is looking up to you. We don't have that. I'm sorry. That is the only thing I think we lack. And that is the only thing I think will hinder us. Real quality leadership, not just leaders. Quality leadership.